What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon White. In the last episode, we finally tracked down Team Plasma, retrieved the Dragon Skull, and returned it to its rightful place. In this episode, we're going to be leaving Pinwheel Forest and going beyond. I do believe we have one more trainer to battle on our way out of here, unfortunately, so that's a thing. I mean, maybe we have two, I don't know, but I'm going to talk to these people on the way out. I was able to heal my team up all between episodes, but we're going to be finally heading off towards Castelia City, which is exciting. Now, this next area we're getting into is big. It is going to take a while to get through everything that is going on over there, and like I said, we're pretty much just focusing on using Marty and Arthur for the time being, but we're honestly only a couple of areas away from adding our next team member, which is good. And Marty's still going to have a place for some time, but eventually he is going to get phased out as we get towards the end here. Gosh, I'm looking just through all the stuff that we have to do in the next area, and it's like, there's so many things. Okay, well, we'll get to it all in due time, don't you worry. I'm just going to use a Flame Charge to finish this off here. I don't know why I'm conserving my Shockwaves. It doesn't really matter because the Pokemon Center isn't all that far in our future. We'll do that. And down goes Purloin. And with that, we should be done with the fight. Millie is beaten. I don't know if this guy up directly above us actually is a trainer as well. He is not. Trees out, cut. Wait, hold on. Trees. Why can I not read that? The trees cut on this forest road are sent from Driftvale City to the world. Okay, wow. That was apparently really hard to read. Anyway, so I guess what they're saying is that Pinwheel Forest is used for logging and whatnot, which is interesting. But anyways, I didn't mean to actually leave because we're heading to a new area. Look beyond. Now, I wanted to actually show this at nighttime, which is the main reason why I kept it the way it is. You can go across this in the daytime, of course, too, and I'll be sure to show that at some point in the series. But on the way to Castelia City is one of the coolest set pieces in the entire Pokemon series, so I'm just going to let you guys enjoy this as we make our way to Castelia. And as Castelia looms overhead behind us, I just gotta say, there's something magical about this generation. Pokemon Black and White, its sprite work and its modeling quality and everything about the way that it presents itself is truly one of a kind. I really hate that Game Freak strayed away from this style so suddenly when it was just working so freaking well. I mean, I don't think it was super well polished in Generation 4, but this just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it to perfection. And even something as simple as that, just going across that bridge there, is like a really iconic moment in the Pokemon series, and I feel like we don't really get as many of those anymore, which I think is a huge shame. So definitely wanted to relish in that as we made our way across. But now, welcome one, welcome all to Castelia City. This place is huge, and if you walk up to this thing, you'll immediately see City of Grandeur, that it's basically got a layout. So the way that this works is very simple. You've got 5 piers, 4 streets, all leading up to a plaza, which then makes its way up to a north street that leads out into the next area. We're going to be navigating every single one of these things over the course of this episode and the next one, but mostly this episode. As soon as you start, you want to immediately go off to the first pier and go talk to this guy. Stick up your thumbs and curl in your fingers. This is a thumbs up pose. That means okay. In some places, it also means money. But then we want to talk to this scientist who says, Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour are Pokemon that evolve with special stones. Which Pokemon do you want to evolve? Now, you can legitimately choose any stone you want here. If I wanted to evolve my Panpour here, I could get a Water Stone. If I wanted to get a Fire Stone, maybe for later use, I could say Pansear. And if I wanted a Leaf Stone for later use, I could say Pansage. But I'm going to be honest and just say Panpour. And there we go. We now have an evolutionary storm for our Panpour that we're not even going to be using for the remainder of this series. It never even gained a level, unfortunately, but that is a free evolutionary stone of your choosing right there off the bat. Now, we're going to be going street by street as we check this place out. I know there's also the piers and stuff like that. We'll be checking them out a little bit later, but we're going to start by going up the streets. So first things first, each of these streets has a name. This one says ahead is Castelia Street. So let's go up this direction first and see what we got. Each of these streets got multiple different stops you can make, and it's also worth mentioning that you can also find these here. Vending machines! You can get yourselves freshwater, soda pops, and lemonades for a fraction of the cost of much more expensive healing items that heal for way less. For instance, a freshwater, which is only 200, is the same amount of healing as a super potion, which you buy at the marts for 700. Soda pop heals for 60 HP, and a lemonade heals for 80 HP. This is the most cost-effective healing item in the game, and is going to get me through, honestly, a big chunk of the game at some point. But I'm going to save my money, and at some point I'm going to be coming back and buying a bunch of lemonades to get us through for the next little while. Now, let's head on in here first and take a look at this. Game Freak. This is, in fact, Game Freak's headquarters right here in Castelia City, which I think is kind of funny. Let's start talking to everybody. Because he is alone and looks lonely, I was reading a book to him. I will read it to you too. Here, I'll keep reading. Zorua, who was left alone, wandered around looking for its mother. Have you seen Zorua? See, it's the Pokemon that looks like this. What a cutie! Hey, Zorua has the power to bewitch people. I would be scary if I were bewitched, but I like Zorua because it's cute. Huh? Why are you blushing? The kid's got nothing to say. Interesting. Well, I wonder what they have to do with anything, but for right now, let's just proceed upstairs. We can go up to the 22nd floor. The floors that it gives you don't matter. They're just kind of a random choice based on a building per building basis, but we can head over here and we can start talking to people. Let's talk to you first. I am the sound designer. I put a lot of wonderful mechanisms to change the game's music. I think you did a great job. We've noticed like about 4 so far. I'm Snorlax. No, I'm the planner. I don't want to butt in, but the leftovers item is important, isn't it? Now, that little reference right there, calling himself Snorlax, is actually a reference to a very well-known designer who has worked at Game Freak for a very long time. I don't know if they still work at Game Freak, but they certainly worked there in the beginning, and his name is Koji Nishino. He is one of the senior designers on the series who was the inspiration for Snorlax's design just because it looks like a big cuddly dude, and so they made Snorlax a big cuddly Pokemon. And I don't know if he is actually a planner. I thought he was more of just a programmer, but I could be wrong about that. Anyways, that is who this character is supposed to be. Let's talk to this guy. Tip for getting strong in Pokemon battles, let me see. I guess the most important thing is having a lot of battles. If you become very, very strong, come back and have a Pokemon battle with me. This guy is named Morimoto, and we're going to be dealing with him once we hit the post game. I am the graphic designer. I'm devoting all my energy to every dot. Hup, I should put 1 dot here as if I'm making this part hollow. Whereas spoilers, what I'm working on is the ending of the game. Don't look at it here. You'll have to play it for yourself. And then last but not least is the game director. You're working on your Pokedex. If you fill it up a lot, please let me see. And that's when we actually finish it, which, spoiler alert, I'm not going to be doing in this Let's Play. This is not like Legends Arceus, where I have the incentive to catch every single Pokemon because it's going to actually give us the ending of the game. No, it's not happening. I cannot think of a single main series where I'm going to make catching every Pokemon in the Dex part of the Let's Play. It's just too tedious. Let's head on over to the other building and see what we got in here. So, a few people to talk to. It's worth talking to everybody as we go. Hello, if you'd like, I will massage your Pokemon. Yes, please. So, this lady right here is willing to give massages once a day, and these massages will drastically increase the happiness values of your Pokemon. This is, again, necessary to evolve things like Woobat into Swoobat and other happiness-based evolutions. Pokemon are happy, I'm happy, and I laugh. When Pokemon see me laughing, they will be happy too. All right, well, that's very cute. Let's head on upstairs and see what we got. Go to the 11th floor, and there is actually an item we can get up here. I believe there's only one person I need to talk to, and that is the hiker. People in the past said wise things. A child who sleeps well grows well. Yes, if a Pokemon uses the move Rest, the Pokemon will fall asleep and recover. I already taught this move to my Pokemon, so I'll give this to you. And we get TM44 Rest. Puts a Pokemon to sleep, I believe, for 2-ish, 3-ish turns. Sometimes it can be longer, but usually it's about only 2 or 3 turns and fully heals them. You pair that with a Chesto Berry. It's basically just a free insta-heal for a turn. And it does full heal, as well as also getting rid of status conditions, because it just replaces the status condition with sleep. So that's everything that we can do here on Castelia Street. Now we're going to be heading on up north, and then kind of wrapping around over to the next street. Now, there are some people of note up here. The main one is actually this person in front of the fountain. We'll talk to him a little bit later. There's also a bunch more vending machines up here you can deal with as well, but we're going to head on down into Mode Street next. And there's a couple of things of note, but one of these things I'm actually going to be avoiding. This lady. We sell Castelia City's famous Castelia cone here, but the owner closes the shop for the winter. Please come again if you'd like. Now, here's the thing about the Castelia cones. Yes, you can get these in when it's a different season, but the problem is it also needs to be a specific day of the week. Now, luckily, I'm going to be switching seasons throughout the course of this series. In fact, after I am done with this recording session, which actually should end with this episode, I am going to... Sorry, I'm in your way, dude. Let me move. I'm going to be switching it over to spring, and we will be continuing from there. It also just so happens that tomorrow is Tuesday, which works out perfectly because we should be able to get a Castelia cone in the next episode. So be patient with me. We will get to it in due time, but for now, we're just going to keep moving. Let's see right here. Studio Castelia. Let's take a look on inside and see what we got. So we got this person right here. I am not as good an artist as Berg, but I have a liking for paintings. Let me see. Today I would like to paint a water-type Pokemon. Will you show me that? Well, I do happen to have a Panpour with me, so what do you think of Amy? Oh, you have that type. I'm inspired. Thank you. As a token of my gratitude, which one would you like? And you get to pick a berry that you want. I don't have any cherry berries, so I'm going to go with that. I have plenty of Chesto and Pecha berries. Aspir berries I definitely don't need, and I didn't even pay attention to what the other one is, but, you know, I'm pretty happy with my choice. If you want to see Berg's paintings, go to the Pokemon Gym. So this is basically just a place to see the paintings, although you can't actually see them because they're all the exact same image. They just have different titles. Ideals of Truth, Twin Heroes, which these are actually important, and I'm going to mention something about each of these paintings in the future, but do pay attention to those titles. They do actually have some relevance to the greater story as a whole. So now, let's head all the way down to the south end of the street. Once we get here, we're going to have a building right here, and I'm going to take a look at it. This is Battle Company. Talented trainers welcome. I'm going to be saving this for a little bit later on. We're not going to deal with this now, but in this Battle Company is a whole lot of trainers that you can fight against to get additional experience, and at the very end, you will be rewarded with a really nice item. We'll be doing that probably in the next episode. For now, I don't think there is any more things that we can get on the piers, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just going to, continue heading on over this way up into the next street, which is Narrow Street, which might as well just be an alleyway, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's basically what it is, but as we head out this way, where did I put those sunglasses? Ah, I found them. And you really got to have more light to see your way by. Take this. It'll help you see in dark places. And he gives us TM70 Flash, which is thankfully no longer an HM, although that's been the case since Generation 4. I am happy to see that, and that is actually a move that I am going to be teaching to probably Patrat, but I don't know yet because we're not going to actually need Flash's utility for quite some time. Now, let's head on in here. There's a couple things in here. We're going to talk to all these people. After a tiring day at work, this cafe is a perfect spot to let your mind relax. Grab a coffee, maybe? When I listen to his guitar, it reminds me of leaving home for the first time, and the tears of farewell my mother cried. Beautiful melody makes people happy. A sad melody makes people sorrowful. That's the power of melodies. You pay really close attention. You can hear the guitar in the background, but it's really hard to tell with Castelia's theme because of how bombastic it is. But it is there. All right, anyway. This is your first visit to the cafe, am I correct? Please. And he gives us a lemonade, a free lemonade. I will definitely take that. Give this to your dear Pokemon. All right, let's get the heck on out of here now. And do pay attention to this person as we walk past them. I'm not going to tell you who exactly, but let's continue. Now, I am going to make my way on over this direction to the last street. Draw your attention to this really quickly. And there's not much we can actually do on this street at the moment. I can go in this building. This does have something, I believe, of value in it. No, actually, sorry. This is the empty one. Sorry, there's nothing to do in here. I think... Yeah, okay, yeah, there's nothing to do with it. I thought there was another building down here, but maybe not. So the Pokemon Gym is here. We do know this, but we actually can't do anything with the Pokemon Gym just yet. I mean, I could barge in and immediately try to do battle, but that's going to kick off a whole series of events that I don't want. Now, I'm going to draw your attention to this place. Passerby Analytics HQ. People pass by as they walk along. Let's go on inside. I am really reluctant about this part because it's not actually something we can deal with anymore, but I do want to bring your attention to and talk about it. This is Passerby Analytics HQ. If you want to join us, please speak to the leader, which I believe is this person. What are people's favorite things? What is popular right now? Have you ever wondered about these things? Welcome to Passerby Analytics HQ. This is where you can find all the answers. You have good eyes, eyes full of curiosity. Good. I will specially appoint you as a statistician. And you get appointed. Statisticians have only one task. They conduct requested surveys. First, you'll receive survey requests from me. Then with the survey radar, you'll choose the survey you want to conduct. Then if you pass by a lot of people, the radar will collect the information. It does this, by the way, by using GameSync. So I can accept a request, report a result, or do nothing. I see. I'm lonely, so please come visit me sometimes. Gosh, forgot about that. So the way that this works is very simple. You're supposed to be able to use GameSync. You complete surveys, you find the results from other players that have completed GameSync, and once you've gotten enough, you report the results to this guy, and you get little rewards for doing so. You can also increase your rank, which allows you to do more surveys as you go, and that's pretty much it. It was just another thing that was supposed to be tied into the GameSync feature, which unfortunately I can no longer use. And even if I wanted to use it, how many people are realistically running around with DSs in their pocket with Pokemon Black and White? Let's be honest here, not many. So, excuse me, new statistician, please wait. Oh, what do you want, lady? Actually, I have a favor to ask you. I'm asking statisticians to answer a questionnaire. Here we go. Let's get started. This questionnaire details about people. What is your hobby? Well, that would be video games. Next up, what is your job? Well, technically, out of all of these, I am most close to, I guess, a public no. What is the closest that I am? I guess office worker, but not really. You got a useful questionnaire. Okay, I'll give this questionnaire sheet to you and get details about people's survey as added to the survey radar. And you can have a bunch more questionnaires that you can answer from this lady. I am not going to be doing that right now, but this is how you basically get the answers that are necessary for GameSync to then pass on to other people. You complete all those, and then your answers will be reported to other people. Pretty simple. Now, with all of that done, we got one more thing left to do here in Castelia City before I call this an episode. So it's going to take a little minute, but we're going to get it all done, and we're going to get a pretty darn good reward for doing so. Let's start by talking to this person. Hey, trainer, show me your paces, give me a whirl. All right, a fight is like a dance. So this is one of 3 dancers that are positioned all throughout Castelia City. And can you already get the point with how these guys work? Yes, indeed. They are all going to be rocking the elemental monkeys. We walked past another one of them, but the third one is in a bit of a mystery location at the moment. Now, I know where they are, but you probably don't unless you've explored all of the piers. But don't worry, the piers are going to have a point a little bit later on. Right now, they're just not really doing anything for me, so we're just going to proceed as normal. Now, I do want to say that the first 2 dancers we're going to come across have Pokemon that are perfect for Marty to deal with. So I'll deal with that Pansage, and I think the next one has a Panpour. I could be wrong about that. It doesn't really matter, though. It's not like I want to deal with Pansear anyway. All right, let's get down. How about that? Those are smooth moves, no doubt, but it'd be even tighter if I had a group. Hey, you, would you like to talk to the other dancers? If you buy both of them, the 3 of us can groove as a team. Yes. Same outfit as me. That guy's a dancer. All right, let's go find him. So we already know where one of them's at, and that's on Narrow Street. Let's head down here. He was just right in front of these dumpsters. Let's go talk. Do you need something? What? You're looking for a dancer for a team? Sounds very interesting, but I don't want to do a favor for someone who isn't stronger than me. Let's have a battle. All right. Well, you're on then, sir. So, come on, please be Panpour. Yes! Okay, that's what I was hoping for. So we should be able to just shockwave this thing out of existence and we'll be fine. I don't know if we'll be able to one-shot it due to the level disparity not being all that great, but that's okay. We're going to really need Marty to step it up once we get going here because I need Marty to be evolved before I get into the next gym. Like, it has to happen. And I did not mean to use Flame Charge there. I meant to switch over to Quick Attack, but the left button didn't register, so what are you going to do? All right, down you go. And we get some nice experience, enough to put Marty at level 23. Not bad. There we go. Dancer Edmund is defeated. Let's continue. You're going to create a dance team, aren't you? It sounds very interesting. I'd like to join up. So off he goes. All right, down into the next area. And this last dancer is over on a pier known as Unity Pier. Now, you can read these, and you can see right here, Narrow Street, Oceanside, Unity Pier. Yes, indeed, these dancers are basically positioned in a straight line. Before I go any further, I am going to use a Super Potion. I know I could have technically just gone back to the Pokemon Center and healed, but whatever, we're fine. I have plenty of those to go around, and like I said, I'm going to be buying a bunch of lemonade. So here you are, last dancer. Let's talk. What do you want? Oh, the dance team. You're going to introduce me to the team. Before that, let's have a Pokemon battle. I was great in Pokemon lessons. So obviously this guy is going to have a Pansear, so let's just take this thing out. And then once that is done, we can get the fruits of our labor, and it's a pretty good reward. Just saying, this is definitely something worth doing ASAP, especially before you go into the battle company, because you're going to want this item when you go in there. You're going to want this item before you go into any big strings of battles. Trust me on that. Not a yawn. Well, at least you can't use Moonlight on yourself like that Mana before. So I guess that's somewhat doable. So let's do that. Almost took you out. Marty's going to go to sleep now. He might try to use it again since he tried to last time. Let's just use a Chesto Berry. There we go. Like I said, I still have Awakenings to spare and everything, so I'm going to be fine. But I'll just quick attack you, and that should be it. And then we will end this episode by going and collecting our reward. Everybody loves Raymond. Get out of here. What was that? Oh, the dance team. I will join the dance team. So off he goes. Now we need to go all the way back up to the fountain where we found the first dancer at, and then we will be able to get our reward for doing so, after we watch their routine, of course. But yeah, I love this little Easter egg here. You go around rounding them all up throughout the city. They do something similar in Black and White 2 as well, but it's a bit different. Thanks, man. I've got the best team in the world here. That's how I feel. And we get an amulet coin. Now, this is an awesome hold item. We communicate by dancing and say how we say happy things, sad things, and how we say the world shines brightly. Good job, guys. Very proud of you, and I am very happy to get this amulet coin. The amulet coin doubles the payouts of every single battle that you use the Pokemon holding it in. So, yeah. As we go into the next couple of areas, as we go through the next gym, the amulet coin is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting and giving us a ton of money. So absolutely worth getting as soon as you possibly can, before you go to the battle company, before you go to the gym, all that stuff. Guys, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon White. I hope you all enjoyed it very much. Next episode, we will take down the battle company, and it's going to be a new season. Spring will be in tow. We will be able to go get ourselves a Castelia cone. I hope you're all looking forward to that, and I will see you all in the next one.